Maybe Set 93 and Sandra, Colton. My head is bleeding everywhere. I just got out of a high-speed chase. That seems unlikely, but all right, we'll say some prayers for you, brother. Don't know how I can help that. All right, so just last night I tried to make some black walnut tops, and it did not go well. They kept spinning off center and wobbling because I know now because the wood was wet. And this wood does not feel that dry either. Hey, JP Woodwork, thanks for stopping in. If you guys, anyone in the chat right now, if you like this wood turning, definitely look up JP Woodwork. Yeah, so we're pretty wet. It's which means it could turn off balance. So as we go, I'm gonna be kind of letting it dry. JP Woodwork with the 5 pounds. Thank you so much. That is unexpected. You don't have to, but thank you. I always try to support the wood turners that come in. Kind of a sleight of hand, so nobody's really focusing on what. So if you go back and watch the end of last night's live, you don't have to watch the whole thing, but if you watch the end, well, I guess I tried them at different stages, but none of the tops I turned, they all had a really bad wobble to them, and so then I went upstairs, had some dinner, tried them again, and they all worked. It was the weirdest thing. And I really think it was because they dried out. All right, and this is yesterday with being talked about if they were stabilized. Yes, absolutely. So especially this wood is very punky. There is like if I do, I think I did some Bacote and Padouk that was purchased and very good and solid blanks, and those make really good tops. I don't know if I still, no, I don't have those. I have some that I made hybrid with tops and resin, and those make good tops. But if it's spalted at all, it just really doesn't. So my goal is to make one out of this bad wood that spins. And if it doesn't, we're going to make it spin. Hey, Vineyard, thanks for stopping in. Yeah, and for those of you watching, what JP's talking about with being stabilized is they'll use something like cactus juice or some kind of resin, and you put all the wood in it, put it in a vacuum chamber, and it pulls all of the air out, replaces it with a resin type stuff, and then you bake it into it, and it's very much more consistent texture. Yeah, this thing's like 20%. So we're gonna make it. I'm gonna make it, finish it, do all the stuff I normally do. I'm not going to use super glue, and I'm not going to put anything on this edge. And then we'll make some other tops and let it sit. We'll try to spin it before and after, and you'll see the difference. Sorry if that's kind of loud. Turns all the punky wood like rock. Yeah. Yeah, I need to try. I need to get some of that. I've never done it. I can already see it starting to get wobbly. Oh, we're gonna try it. We'll do a before and after. I'm gonna sand it a little bit, put a little bit of color on it. Then we'll spin it, try it, and then let it dry out. Ooh, that would be nice. And I'm $5 closer to buying it thanks to JP. I like to make the stems very narrow. It's easier to spin it real fast when it has a very narrow. Think about how many turns you can get in a short distance around that circle, and you can spin it more times. So anyway, just a little bit of math. All right, we're gonna do some. All right, let's do. Cool gray. I did some of that yesterday. I really like this. It looks kind of bluish, but it comes out kind of grayish. That's really wobbly. All right, I'm just going to cut it off because this is kind of an experiment. All right. You make it skinny, it breaks easier. Then they have to purchase another one from you. Yeah. It breaks easier on the lathe. It shouldn't break unless you're doing something silly, like spinning them upside down, which I love to do. All right, yeah, look how wobbly that is. Very wobbly. Remind me of an airplane engine. What's that, the wobble? Or the look of it? Looks like a cylinder. All right, so that's wobbly. We're going to set that aside, and we're going to try it later and see if it goes better. All right. Let me see if I quickly have some more. I have this piece. Yeah, this one I don't think will work. This is all punky. It'd only be that little bit. Hold on 1 minute. It'll work. Yeah, I don't have any in here. All right, we're gonna make some. I'm gonna make some different ones. I've got some wood prepared. That's not black walnut, and I have this. Got a crack in it. Use that. It might work. All right, got your ears. I'm gonna. All right. Who else is in? Frank. Hello, Frank. Thanks for stopping in. About that last idea, I was thinking Illumilite might sell it, but they don't. Yeah, I have looked for it from Illumilite. I use Illumilite resin. Actually, I just made, I don't do a lot of resin, but I did a project recently. Let me go grab it and show you, and then you guys can watch for it when it gets finished. What do I do with it? This, hope you can see it. There's a, too dark. Let me grab a flashlight here. There's a pine cone in the center. The flashlight doesn't work. So, there we go. Okay. All right, now maybe you can see it. There's a pine cone in the center, and the walls are cloudy. That's why I can't really see it too good, but in that pine cone, my mother-in-law was at the funeral of her brother. So I don't know if that's my uncle-in-law, but she was at the funeral of her brother, this pine cone kind of near where the gravesite was going to be, and wanted me to do some kind of type of memorial. And what I've been waiting on this for so long, like I haven't figured it out, but I found these little tiny pine cones. So there's the pine cone in the center, and then these little ones around it, kind of like, you know, as someone leaves, maybe they make room for others. So that's kind of what it's going to be. I don't know what shape to make it. The little ones kind of stick out a little bit further than I'd hoped, but it might work. If not, I actually cut the pine cone in half to fit it in that, so I have another half of the same pine cone. But we'll see. All right, we should get quite a few tops out of this one, if that crack doesn't bother us. All right, who else is in? Mateo, thanks for stopping in. Brought to you by Walmart. Who's Walmart? That's not really Walmart. That can't be. I've never seen that before. Thanks for stopping in, Walmart. Wild Rift Mods. New and used machinery. So everybody needs new and used machinery. Quantum reality. Density of wood is not the same. I'm reading backwards, by the way, if you can notice that. yes, the density of wood could be different. I've seen that quite a bit, but in this case, I think it's more about the moisture, and it dries out more from the outside in, and since the density of the wood is so different, it may throw off the weight to one side or another. So anyway, all right, here we go. Well, I knew that was going to happen eventually. Maybe not that far back. All right. That's all right. All right, I'm going to fill this crack real quick. But first, I'll get some sawdust. Try to jam it down in there. So usually, I will put the glue in and then jam the sawdust down in there. And then my hands are full of glue and sawdust all night. And my wife says, "Why are your hands so rough?" I say, "Well, because I glued sawdust to them." And it's not great. All right. So we got some spare sawdust I'll put there. All right, this is the satellite city medium gap filling CA glue. And if you use the thick ultra gap filling, I notice it kind of will sit on the top. If I use the thin, it runs down over, but the medium seems to do just the right amount of actual gap filling. And then Satellite City accelerator. I said this last night too, I have a series of videos where I make that plane, that actual plane. Philip, this is boring. I am very sorry. If you can find something better on vertical live streams, then by all means. But thanks for the critique. I will see what I can do. All right, we're going to try to smooth that out. Put my face shield on because some of that glue is probably not dry all the way. Boring with a drill bit. Yeah. All right, so that is now full. Hopefully, we're not going to worry about it. A lot of trash on YouTube. Actually, really kind of interesting work you do. So thank you, Mateo. I really appreciate that. And Sifu Mac, thank you. Philip Holmes. So I'll tell you what, everybody. After this video, Philip. I'm going to come watch your channel, and hopefully you've got some exciting stuff. I'm very excited to see what you've got listed because I need some good content. I need to find some good content. So we'll all check it out. All right. Anyway, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that. All right. Keep going. So this is a ways out there. We are a good probably 8 to 10 inches off the chuck. That's why it's vibrating so much. Yeah, 8 inches exactly. So bear with me. I've got to kind of go a little bit slow. Crack looks really good, so that's good. Scheduled for review. Yeah, roost them. Let's keep it. Thanks, JP. So I have an idea for something. So the problem is when I have these pieces way out here, I can't hold them with the live center. And I don't have, I'm sure there's somebody makes something to do that. But I don't have it. So I had an idea to take a small bearing, glue a piece of wood around it, put a cone in the wood, and then have the inside of the bearing to fit on here, and then a cone to fit on here, and kind of I still get that spin. Just haven't done it yet. But what I'm going to try is to put a piece of hot glue just a touch more support. I don't know if this will work or not. Oh, I think it's getting it's getting too hot. Yeah, it's not gonna work. It's just melting it. All right, we'll keep going. All right. So you can see because it was vibrating, it takes chunks out at different times. Yeah, definitely Vineyard. Vineyard, what do you have a lathe or what's the are you waiting to buy one? Fishing bobbers, yeah. Cone center, yeah. Yeah, I need to get one of those. Why do you cut it loose from the stay so fast? Right. So quantum reality, I did cut it too quick. That was my mistake. Steady rest. Okay. Yeah, I cut it off way too quick. Um, the Laguna. Okay. I actually have a lathe. If anybody is close to the Northeast Ohio area and would like to get into wood turning, I have a lathe exactly like this one. Basie's TikToks. Thanks for stopping in. Just like this one, this is a Wen 12-inch, and it's practically brand new. I bought it from Marketplace, and it was a pretty good deal. I did have to replace the bearings. I think they had dropped it, and I replaced the bearings, and the switch was broken, and that was it. Other than that, it works great. I've used it, but just enough to test it. I was thinking about having an outside lathe, but I never got around to it. So I don't really need two lathes. All right, Brian, what colors? What colors did you say? Jason Fox, you're close to Northeast Ohio. Are you looking to buy a lathe? Western New York, yeah, that's not that bad. That's drivable. It may be wobbly, but the stratifications, yeah, I know. Orange, blue, and black. All right. Sure what speed, because I feel like this one's so small it might break off the stem. When it's so close to the end, it's easy to make mistakes. Plus, it's live, so even easier to make mistakes. All right, blue, orange, blue, and black. Jason Fox, if you're looking for one, I've got one. I'll have to do some research and see how much I paid for it and how much they're going for. I won't charge you full price, definitely, but message me in my YouTube about page is my Instagram. If you're serious, message me or work something out. All right. I'm gonna hold the pencil real light so it just gets to see what happens. Yeah, you can see those striations, I guess. I don't know. That's kind of weird. Not really what we're going for here. All right, we might do another one, Brian. This one looks really goofy. I'm not even gonna coat it. No, I don't know. All right, we'll see how it looks. Might as well. Rob, thanks for stopping in. All right, Jason. Yeah, that'd be awesome. It's sitting in my basement right now, not even in my workshop. Yeah, and if you're close enough, it'd be better to pick it up too, because that'd be quite a shipping bill. This is the same glue I used to repair that crack. Just putting coating. This will help protect the point and also help keep the colors from wearing off from fingers or dropping it or whatever. Chewing on it. Everything's chew safe. Once the glue cures, it's fine. Give it a little. Actually looks better with the glue on it. YouTube booted you. That down. That is down to 3. Night all. All right. Good night, Seafood. Thanks for stopping in. Definitely. Yeah, Copper Owl, another good wood turner, makes some really neat, really great stuff. Very nice bowls. That's a good spinner. I'm actually surprised because it was wobbling on the lathe, but yeah, that's a good one. It doesn't look too bad. Got all the colors in it. All right. All right. Make another. Anybody have a shape they'd like to make? Oh, I tighten up my phone mount. All right. Make a, I don't know, a narrow. So just a little side note, not sponsored by Crayola or anything, but these pencils, colored pencils, they actually have a serial number stamped in them. That's wild. But the thickness of the lead compared to these are Stadler. These might be more for like drafting, if I remember correctly, but the thickness in the lead, the Crayola ones definitely last longer for this application. So this is, yeah, I think Stadler is like a drafting pencil. I may have bought them for doing some drafting, but if you're coloring tops, definitely Crayola. Crayola is the way to go. So if you're in the chat, if this is interesting to you, first, there's a couple things. Teardrop. Oh, I love the teardrop. Okay, I'm gonna do a teardrop. Couple things. There's a couple guys in the chat. JP Woodwork, Copper Owl Woodturning. Who else? Are there any other wood turners in here? Definitely. After this is over, check those guys out. Like, write it down, because they won't be. You can't go back and look at the chat right away. But check those guys out. Number two, if you like it, subscribe and thumbs up to my channel. I greatly appreciate it. I am on the cusp of 5,000 subs, and that would be awesome to make it tonight. That would be really cool. So definitely, if you enjoy it, I'm not asking for a sub if it's boring. Definitely, we don't want. I want subs that are going to watch and enjoy and learn something and be inspired. That's why we do this. But definitely check those guys out. JP also is on a channel, Saturday Morning Cartoons. Jake, what's the name? Is it just Jake? I can't remember. My memory by this time of day is shot. So duet colored pencils. I don't know. Duet Jake Thompson. Yeah, check out Jake Thompson. Also does a lot with resin. Great channel to watch and learn and interact, and it's a lot of fun too. But yeah, a couple guys you can really tune into. Give it a thumbs up. Thumbs up means you'll get mine. It means you'll get this type of content. So, and goodness knows the vertical live streams need all the help they can get. There's some really weird stuff out there. So, not saying this isn't weird, but definitely check them out. Okay. Let's see again. Saturday morning cartoons, Saturday morning 10 a.m. Central, resin casting. Yeah. Thanks, JP, for monitoring the chat. It is, I don't understand. A message on Instagram. All right, I'll check that out, Jason. They're designed for combining with watercolors. Maybe you could get some watery looking. Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah. Out in force. You know, I was gonna say, like, Thursday was pretty rough. Yesterday was tough. I think I timed out more people very quickly than I ever have right at the beginning. But Fridays are usually good. Like, this is usually a good chat. So I don't know. TTF and Mike, thanks for stopping in. Mike Croucher. You know, JP, I think the fact that YouTube called it timeout is so funny to me. It's like that last when a kid in school is acting up, we put them in timeout, or your kids, and the children get timeout. It's kind of funny to me. 24 hours. I usually do like 5 minutes and they get bored and leave. But 24 hours works. Take it. So I'm sanding this so I can put pressure on it before, because I'm going to run that stem all the way up. This is pretty big. I've never made one this shape, this big. So hopefully I can get it to spin. These are very satisfying to spin because they are so hard to spin. So, all right, I'm going to cut the front off. Maybe, no, I can color it. I don't know about this one. Center of gravity is probably clear up here. The sharp point. All right, finish up the stem. All right, give me 1 second. I gotta sharpen. I think that's why I'm having some issues here. Sharpen up real quick. Everybody, put in the chat. I haven't done this in a while. Put in the chat where you're from and what time it is. Where you're from and what time it is. If you haven't talked in the chat yet, this is a good non-committal way to talk in the chat. This is the tool I use to sharpen. Just put the gouge in there. I have another piece I slide over to get the depth of it, tighten it up, and then it gets that nice edge. Jason, if you're still here, you want to make sure you have some way to sharpen tools often. All right, what do we got? You make grooves to change the center of gravity. Perhaps, but now that I've cut this pretty thin, I'm not going to get anything cut up here. Southeast U 245. JP, what are you doing up? Charles Baker. Use some aluminum as a ticket to center gravity. So yeah, I could do that. I'm about to order some brass rod, pre-drill, glue in a brass solid rod, quarter inch, and then turn that with a brass stem, and I'm going to try that, see what happens. But part of the, how would an acorn shaped one spin? I've made an acorn shaped one. They do pretty good. Flatten off the stem and it'll look like a bird. Yeah, it does. It looks like a duck head. All right, what do we got? Ohio, 946. Okay, I'm in Ohio also, Northeast Ohio. Pro edge, sharpen. Before I gave it away, we just carbide. Yeah, I have some carbides, but I hate buying some dude's wood turning live. I know, it's a sickness. I don't like buying the carbide inserts all the time. I'm cheap that way. A little bit better. So part of the draw, why I like this shape so much, it is because it is very hard to spin. If you've ever seen the guys in the NFL, American football, spin a football, they spin it and it'll spin on the tip. It's kind of the same thing. Like, you got to get it going pretty quick. It's a challenge. And I work with teenagers a lot. So any All right, I work with teenagers a lot. In fact, this weekend we're going to be with our group, 30 teenagers, and any challenge that I can give them that I can do easily and they struggle with is a lot of fun because teenagers just have to win. So this has a really cool wrinkle in it from the vibration. I was going to sand it off, but I think I'm going to leave it. That looks pretty cool. All right. One thing about teenagers is they know everything. Good, CB. Have a good one. All right, we'll see you, Charlie. Thanks for stopping in. This will be the last one tonight, so you won't miss too much. Work with teens, so you teach them how to do this. No, I wish. I would love to do that. No, my wife and I run a group. It's with the Nazarene Church, and one weekend a month we go out to a different church, one or two churches, and it's really blurry, and lead worship and spend time with the church. Wow, what's going on here? All right, there we go. Okay, so I got asked to go teach wood turning at school with kids learning difficulties, but I had to decline because insurance was too expensive. That's true. I didn't think about that. But yeah, so we spend the weekend with a bunch of kids. It is amazing. It's called the Impact Team, and they're actually. I'll put a comment. I have another computer behind me that is the YouTube channel for the Impact Team. Definitely check that one out. NCO Impact Team. Really rewarding. The teens just love it. Like I just make sure they don't hurt themselves pretty much, but we have a ball. It's a lot of fun, and we serve Jesus. So, and worship. Like it has a big smile on it. Yeah, it's Mike. I tell you, I've only been doing this for 4 years. I started out watching guys like JP, Wayne, the woodturner, all these guys. Robbo from Australia. There's some really good guys to learn from, and girl, Ruby Claire from Canada. Some great people to learn from, and they love to teach. It's really amazing. I started out, I was just watching a lot, and I always thought, man, I could do this, but I hate spending money, like I said. So yeah, YouTube University. You got to be careful who you watch. Make sure it's legit, which is hard to do when you're starting out. But I was very nervous about putting up that money. Well, then during COVID, when the government offered the incentives, or I forget what they called it, I was like, I'm going to do it. It was right around my birthday, and I thought, I'm just going to do it. So what I'm doing here is just quickly touching a little bit so that the colors don't run. So I just touch it and bring it off. I'm not going to sweep it up yet. So now that it's all has glue on it, yeah, stimulus, yeah, that's what it was. So it worked for me because I spent it all. And I did what they wanted. I put it back in the economy, right? That's what we were supposed to do. I don't think this is going to spin, honestly. I think this is too big. I think I made it way too big. I may need to make a launcher for it. We won't do that tonight. That'll probably be Monday night or Tuesday night. I do love making this shape though. It's my favorite. All right, so you can see I put some super glue on, no color came off, so it's all encased. One thing you don't want to do is move your tool rest while it's turning. Don't do as I do. The other thing is, if you want to get started, if you want to do production, like I do not do production. I don't really enjoy production. And I have a full-time job, so I can only do this a little bit. This motor gets pretty hot if I'm running. Like it's fairly warm right now. I can't put my hand on it. So if I were doing production, it would not last very long. So you want to get one that's big enough to do what you want to do. And how often. Boom. Beat me to it. That might be as much as it's ever going to spin. Let's see. That's the first one that's went behind the lathe. That's a good sign. Rockler, yeah, definitely join a club. There's one on Wednesday nights that's on Zoom that I do. Worldwide Woodturners. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. It's so big, it's hard to get it spinning. Well, yeah, I might not be able to get this one. Dang it. All right, hold on, because I made one. We'll go grab it. Hold on 1 second. Did not make many tops tonight, did I? Also, this one is still wobbly, so it might be a little bit better, but I want to grab all the tops I made yesterday. So if you were here yesterday, you'll believe me that they work. And I forgot I gave away the spindle one. So, all right, these are the ones I made yesterday. This one really wobbles. But these aren't too bad. They still wobble a little bit, but not nearly as much. Also, one thing you can do, that one's a good spinner. There's that first one. One thing you can do with tops to impress your friends is, I mean, you can always spin it like normal. Then, if you turn it upside down, you can spin it upside down. Oh, went in a hole. And that's fun to do because nobody believes that you can do that. This one doesn't have a lot of stem to spin with. There we go. That's fun. I love spinning them upside down. All right, so that's our tops. I tell you, I will say next week, I will make a launcher for this one because I just can't get my fingers spinning fast enough. It almost goes. And put some glue on my finger. Spin it with my left hand. Do you ever wonder how you have, like, your right hand, you can do everything, and your left hand, like, you can barely pick up a pencil? Man, it is violent. I can't even hold it with my left hand. No, that's not Let me see if I have a launcher. Anyway, thanks everyone for coming in. Appreciate it very much. wouldn't have this channel without my subscribers and viewers. And if there's anything you want to suggest, feel free to find me on Instagram, or comment on the videos, whatever. There it is. I found my launcher. And also, this top I made a video of. It spun wobbly, but I was able to drill holes in it and make it spin. This guy will go for 3 minutes. That might just work. All right, so this is my launcher. Get some of this stuff out of the way. And usually what I use yo-yo string, and I'll put just a little bit of super glue on the tip to make it a little bit stronger. And we're just winding that string up inside there. Hopefully I can, it's almost too short, but it might just work. It's kind of, that's fair, right? All right, that's enough. Okay, let me back out a little bit, because it's going to get crazy all up in here. Okay. What's that? I have to use my left hand. All right, ready? 3, 2. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Yeah. There it goes. That is humming. All right, JP, we'll see you. You saw it spin. That is a violent spin. All right, it worked. Good night, everybody. Subscribe on your way out, if you want. Thumbs up. Find something good to watch if you're still going to stay on YouTube. Don't just watch it because it's on. Find something that is uplifting, educational, and will make you a better person. All right, we'll see ya. Bye.